What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 2 of Self Care Explained. My name is JQ, and today we're going to be talking about the second song off the album, which is Thoughts. Let's just dive right in. So, something that I didn't talk about in the initial video was that when creating this album, I wanted to talk about different topics or areas that we sort of struggle with, confront, or battle when addressing our mental and emotional well being. So, for this song in particular, I wanted to address the area of racing thoughts and anxiety because oftentimes anxiety is connected to a negative pattern of thinking, and that isn't always a positive thing for us. Our thoughts can be paralyzing, our thoughts can be useful as a tool, but we have to sort of be in tune with where they come from, where they originate from, how we develop them, why did we develop that certain pattern of thinking, and how that plays out and influences our daily lives and our daily actions. I'm a very visual person, and so in each of the verses for this song, I wanted to paint the picture and set the stage for the audience and for the listener of where we were and what the experience was. Just like I did in the previous song, I actually try to do that as much as I can in each of the songs. So in the first verse, we start out with in the chair in the office, just sitting with him, trying to figure out how to pause, do something different with him, right? I set that stage. We're in an office, I'm at work, and I'm already starting to have this battle and this struggle because they race back and forth, and I just can't seem to grip them. That gives you the first initial notion that all right, this is thoughts that he's probably struggling with. It's in his head, it's his own mind that he's sort of battling. In a chair at the office, just sitting with them, trying to figure out how to pause, do something different with them. But they race back and forth, and I just can't seem to grip them. So I try to hold on and just not become the victim. Because when they spin around, it just gets me down. A lot of the times when we have this negative pattern of thinking, if we're not attuned to it or if we don't address it in the initial onset and just sort of follow it, we start to go into a downward spiral that leads to negative outcomes, fear, and all these other things. And it's a long road and hard fight to get back up. Probably some childhood trauma that got the kid jacked up. That's actually true, right? So something that I've seen in my own experience, but also in working with students, is that a lot of our anxieties or our negative thought patterns come from experiences that we've developed from early in our life, whether that was a childhood trauma that we've been through, whether that was an environment or neighborhood we grew up in, or some experiences that we had, or within the household that we've grown up in, and not that they were always intentional, but they're just sort of a cause of life in a way. Here I am at work, and it's probably some childhood trauma that's got me all jacked up, and I'm trying to give that up but feel stuck because I got work to complete, emails to get back to, and other ones to delete. I got a fam I need to talk to, girl I ain't seen in weeks. At times it's hard to when you're separated by more than just a few feet, right? So I'm at work and I have all these things that are racing through my mind and that are coming up for me, but I'm stuck because I don't feel like I have the time to address them, right? There's this long to-do list I got that's sitting on my desk. I got this ton of emails that I know I got to get to, but then I've also got missed calls from my mom, and I haven't spoken to her a couple days. Or I got a girl that I haven't seen in quite some time because we're doing a long distance thing. And so it's all these things that I feel and I know I have to do, but that spiral thinking and that anxiety continues to come up because it plays out in each and every one of these things. And so what do? I'm still in the seat and I ain't even moved yet. Got a long list of tasks that I ain't even do yet. Still trying to hold on because it really feels like at any moment I could lose it. But now I'm feeling foolish because in your head you're dead. And of course I already knew this, but that's where I lay my head. I'm already used to it, spitting with thoughts. Don't even know what to do with them, right? I have all these things that I need to do and that I know I have to be accountable for, but I still haven't even been able to do any of them because I'm just sitting there racing in my mind about them. I haven't taken any action. And I know and I've heard that in your head, you're dead. If we spend more time in our minds thinking about things, we spend less time doing things. And oftentimes, some of the questions that we have in our mind won't be answered until we take some sort of action. I know this but I'm also comfortable with that. It's what I'm used to. I'm used to overthinking things. And so I go to the very thing that I've always done. And I have to recognize that in order for me to change things, I have to do something different. Don't even know what to do with my thoughts, and I don't know what to do. Sitting with my thoughts. Moving into the chorus, that was something sort of that just felt right, honestly, in the moment. When I'm writing and creating music, I usually have an intention and a thought, but I also like to allow room for my heart, my feeling, and my emotions to sort of just carry me. As I listen to the music, that's sort of what just came to mind, and I think really just fit in with the scenarios that I was talking about in each of the verses. I felt like that just fit in, it went well with the music, and that's really how the chorus came about. We transition into the second verse, and in the second verse is where I talk about actually really what happened and prompted the song. On the couch watching shows, trying to escape life woes, thinking, man, this ain't how life goes. Painting them pretty pictures how they get you to compare your life to theirs. Now you feel like you just gotta be richer. The day that I wrote the song, it was a Saturday, and I was sitting on my couch watching Netflix all day, literally all day. That's what I was doing. And it got to a certain point where I just felt, in a way, shameful. I was beating myself up because I started to say to myself, yo, this is what you've been doing all day, is just watching show. It was really this really bad negative thinking that ensued. Can't sit here watching for long. After some time, it feels wrong, and then the feelings get strong. Now I feel like being productive is the only way that I can stay calm. That right there is an alarm that I've gone back down that road again. I get into this process of feeling like I need to be productive, I need to be creating, I need to be doing something better for myself and for my life, as opposed to watching TV. And that in itself sets off an alarm. Here I am. I'm going back that spiral thinking. Here I am going back that negative thought process and that negative pattern of comparison. I need to be doing something other than sitting on this couch. And I think there's a small level of truth to it, but the negative thinking can take it to a level that is unhealthy. Might eat them, might sleep them, might drink them, try and sink them. Fight my hardest not to think them. That's where, again, kind of like in the first song, is we turn to those potions. We turn to those things to try to escape this negativity, but rather than escape it in a positive way, we turn to other things, right? So we eat our emotions, or we go to sleep and figure, maybe if I just go to sleep, it'll go away when I wake up, which is not true. Maybe I'll drink them, right? We turn to alcohol, or we smoke them, or whatever. We turn to some sort of a substance, some sort of a coping mechanism to escape the reality of what we're experiencing. Fight my hardest not to think them, but they always catch up. In hindsight, I feel like I knew they would catch up. A lot of the times when we turn to these other things to try to escape, the truth is we know it's not going to go away, but we're looking for a temporary fix. Their mind, right? So ain't no way they'll just pack up and go somewhere else out of sight. I might as well just face them and bring them to light, because it's the only way I know I'm ever winning this fight. The truth is that the only way we will ever be able to heal, or to be attuned to these thoughts and sort of help ourselves, is if we actually take the time and make the effort to face them. It's not easy. It's not easy in any way, shape, or form, but it's crucial for our healing, for our development, for our growth, to face our anxieties, to face our fears, to face our thoughts, and to understand, where do they come from? Where did I develop these? Why am I thinking that way? What purpose is this serving? What purpose perhaps did serve at one point in time in my life? And is it really serving that same purpose now? On the couch watching shows, trying to escape life woes, thinking, man, this ain't how life goes. Painting the pretty pictures how they get you to compare your life to theirs. Now you feel like you just gotta be richer. Now, some folks might be wondering about the video. JQ, what inspired it? How did you come up with the concept? How did you come up with the visuals? And the truth is that the song itself is really what inspired the video. As a kid, I used to love watching music videos, and one of my favorite shows was Rap City: The Basement on BET. And that was because A, they had the fire freestyles with guest artists at the end, and B, it was one of very few shows that actually played the video from start to finish. But one of the things that I used to notice is that when I watched music videos, the visuals didn't really add up to the song, right? When you listen to what the artist was talking about in their song and you looked at what you were watching on the screen, they didn't really correlate. And I used to blow mine every time. The songs that actually did match with the video are the ones that I used to love because they actually represented what you were listening to. And so I wanted my video to very much follow that. And one of the things that I didn't even notice when I initially wrote and recorded the song was that it kind of tells a story. It kind of starts out in the morning in the office, right? A day at the office, and it ends on the couch in the evening watching television. And so I wanted to be able to recreate that for listeners and for watchers to experience the song in a more visual way. If they couldn't listen and picture in their minds, I wanted to give that to them. And it's just a different way of representing the same message. And so, shout out to Tiger Eye Focus, awesome film company that really helped me to put together the visual and the video from start to finish. We sat and we wrote every shot, every scene. Shout out to Josh Perez who made the phone calls and helped us to get a space so that we had an office to film in. Shouts out to my parents. That's the we used their crib, we used their apartment, their living room to film that evening scene on the couch watching television, and they were there for the whole thing, and that was an awesome experience. But yeah, it was literally just a way of recreating the lyrics of the song in a visual format, and I'm glad that we were able to do that. I'm glad that I was able to get great partnership from friends, family, and a film company who does great work. So that's really what the inspiration behind the video was, and it was a lot of fun to create and to put together. I hope that this has been helpful for you. I hope that it's giving you some more insight into the song. Let me know your thoughts. See what I did there? Let me know your thoughts. Put it in the comments below. If there was a particular bar, a certain line that you wanted me to break down a little bit further, and maybe I didn't get to in this episode, let that be known in the comments as well. If you haven't heard Self Care, check it out. Or if you have, maybe you want to check it out again and listen with a different ear. It's available on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, SoundCloud, Google Play, iTunes. I'll leave a link in the description or in my bio so that you can check that out. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you like this, give me a thumbs up so that I know and I can keep this going. Remember, self-care is the best care. Until next week, y'all. I'm out. Peace.